One, because it's story time, and this is something that I want to introduce into this channel because I'm also passionate about different aspects of life as well, not just nutrition. And just to shake things up here a little bit, I'm gonna be giving short stories about studying abroad, living abroad, you know, how my journey has been, you know, as a Kenyan living in Portugal, and all that kind of jazz. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, you know, put your notifications bell, all the good stuff that people do here on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, you know what, I have been living now in Portugal for 6 good years, and guess what, the major question that everyone asks me is why do you live in Portugal? How come you live in Portugal? How did you get to land in Portugal, unlike any other popular country, you know, like France or maybe the UK, Germany, all these popular countries? Why didn't you choose to go there? Why did you come to Portugal? And the answer that I almost always give to people is, why not? You know. And again, I also keep telling people that, you know what, Portugal actually chose me. So the thing is, I have been living in a very unconventional country, doing very unconventional things, because sometimes what you actually need is to have an unconventional part of your life to be catapulted into your full potential. And full potential in this case is pretty much relative, depending on one person to the other. But for me, it has been a journey of rediscovering myself, because anyone who has even lived abroad can tell you that, you know, the moment you leave your own country, whether that's Kenya or any other country, and you go to live in a different country, you are set in a different location. And yes, there are people there who might be experiencing the same set of problems and the same set of highs and lows, but then as an individual, you are put in a different location, which is not your comfort zone. And so what you need to do is to embrace the change, accept that life is changing, life has to change. And of course, with this type of changes, you can be able to reinvent yourself, you can be able to rediscover you, the you that existed, that you know, could not have come out when you are in your own comfort zone back in your home country. And so this is what has been for me throughout this 6 years. And the reason why I'm actually telling you this story anyway is to just encourage someone, or give you a thought process for you to think about. You know, if you have been thinking of living abroad and toying about it and wondering all these kind of things, I just want to, you know, tell you that yes, it is actually very, very much possible. So I came here on my Erasmus scholarship, and I was very privileged to actually get a fully funded program for which I studied my master's in the University of Porto for 2 years between 2015 and 2017. And then after that, I loved this country to the extent that I was like, you know what, I would need to go back there and enjoy the high quality of the Portuguese life. Believe me, it's not a flowery thing that I am telling you. The Portuguese style of life is very high quality. And so, you know what, I came back in 2017, and I looked for work, and I have been living since then. I have now lived in the north, which is in Porto, the south, which is in Faro, and now the capital, which is actually Lisbon. So living in all these kind of different places has taught me a lot. I have been able to actually meet quite a load of people from all walks of life. And something that I have learned is your networks are your net worth. You know, people always say that cliche saying, but it is for real. The people you have conversations with, the networks that you form along the way, you know, the things that you learn along the way are your net worth. And that is what I have actually learned over the 6 good years. And living here has not come with its own set of challenges, of course. Being in the first place, when I came here, I could not even speak the language, you know, of the country. So the Portuguese language is actually one of the most difficult languages to learn, believe me, being that it's a Latin language. And I always keep learning every single day, every single other second, because sometimes, you know, you think that you have got the grip of the language, and then somebody speaks some different phrase and you're like, oh my God, what did they just say right there? So there's also that part. And I have been learning. I still learn every single day. I would definitely accept the fact that sometimes I don't trust myself to even speak the language in public, because I don't know whether I'm gonna say the correct thing or the wrong thing. So there's also that part of confidence in speaking the language. But as I keep on going, I have a very good teacher by the name Anita, who is always teaching me all these kind of phrases, who is always pushing me to learn and keep speaking the language, because with any foreign language you do need to practice for it to actually get into you. But then again, this has also helped me to understand, you know, the Lusophone speaking, the Lusophone countries, excuse me, so Angola, the likes of Mozambique, the likes of Guinea-Bissau, Cape Verde, and so on and so forth. So this has been a very good springboard for me. Portugal has been a springboard for me. It is where I learned how to travel. It is where I've been able to travel almost across all of Europe, because it's very easy to travel around Europe. And it is where that I have met quite a number of people, and it is where I have also been able to find some very good opportunities for me. And you know what? Sometimes if you're thinking of moving abroad, sometimes yes, it's in most cases for better life, for the money and all that kind of thing, but also it's also about the connections that you make, the people that you meet, you know, the exposure that you have. This is also one of the most important things that you can gain for yourself, because you know what, living abroad, like I said before, it's gonna take a 360-degree turnaround. Your life is definitely gonna change. You're gonna reinvent yourself. You're gonna have to meet your new you in your different environment, and learn that the world for sure is a global village. It's not just a fluffy thing that they say whenever something happens and you're like, oh my god, the world is a global village. But you truly understand that statement if you're living abroad. So for me, it has been Portugal. For you, it could be any other country. It could be a popular country. It could be another unpopular country, you know. So go out there, put your best foot forward. Maybe it's through a scholarship, maybe it's through a job, maybe it's through a certain program for recruitment, a recruitment program, maybe, you know, whatever it is, really put yourself out there, you know, because again, no one remembers the person who actually quit. So again, it could be something that you've been toying to do, you know, in your own country. It could be like that business that you have been toying with, and thinking that, oh my god, I don't know whether my you know, people will judge me, or what my friends are gonna say about it, etc. Go for it. Go for it. Put your best foot forward. Fail and learn, and then wake up and get those lessons and try once more. So that is all about life. So my life in Portugal, 6 years on, what can I tell myself back in 2015 before I traveled? I would definitely say, you know what, Nduta, you would definitely lose some friends along the way. You will gain a whole load of others as well. You will be able to understand the globe in a very, very different way. Some things that you never used to think that mattered will now matter. So be very aware that change is coming, and change is going to ensure that you turn around 360 your life and enjoy, laugh out loud, you know, and live life, because life is supposed to be enjoyed, and life is not meant to actually be lived in one place. So this has been my short story. Of course, there's a long version of it. There are some facets that I have to sit down and maybe write a book one day, but then I'm happy to share these short versions of the story, and I do hope that you've enjoyed this section. I do hope to have some more story times in the near future, and until next time, please keep subscribed for information about nutrition stuff, scholarships, study abroad, life abroad, and so on and so forth. So until next time, have a good one. Bye.